Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more class of the English Submarine. Today, we're going to study the present perfect continuous. The last two classes, we studied the present perfect simple. So today, we have the present perfect continuous. Let's start it. Let's just quickly go over the present perfect so we can remember some things in order to start the present perfect continuous. So, there must be a connection between the past and the present when we talk about the present perfect, simple or continuous. The difference between the simple and the continuous is that in the simple, we focus on the result of the action. So let's remember the example when I said Tom has lost his key means he doesn't have his key now. I'm talking about the result of the action. I'm talking about the present situation. So when I use the continuous, I am focusing on the action itself. The result is not so important. The result is actually not my focus. My focus is on the action. For example, I have been studying English for over 13 years. The result is implicit that I know I have some knowledge about the language, but my focus here is on the action, on how much I've studied, on how long I've been studying, on the action itself, on the development of the action. In this case, the action continues in the present moment because I'm still studying English. I teach English and I study English every day of my life. So the action is started in the past, it continues in the present moment, and I'm focusing on the development of the action rather than on the result. All right? So, have been studying is the present perfect continuous, and here we got focus on the action. All right? On the second example, hey, it's great to see you. What have you been doing? So imagine that my friend Sandra has returned from Paris and we haven't seen each other in quite some time because we're all under quarantine right now on the world situation, and we couldn't talk on the phone over this period. So after all this is over, we meet again, and I say, "Hey, Sandra, it's great to see you again. What have you been doing? What activities have you been doing during this time we haven't seen each other?" So it's also referring to something that started in the past and it has recently finished the action of not seeing each other. So I'm asking about what she has been doing from the past until the present moment. And I am focusing on the actions themselves, not on the result of these actions. So here again, we have the focus on the action. And that's the difference. Um, you have to understand the present perfect simple in order to be able to use the continuous also, because this is going to be the only difference between the two of them. So focus on the action, focus on the result. Which one is focused on the result? The simple one. Which one focuses on the action? The continuous. And that's it. As long as you understand the situations you are supposed to use the present perfect, you will be able to use the simple or the continuous. Okay? One more observation here is that we're going to use the present perfect continuous to answer the question how long something has been going on. So, I have been studying English for over 13 years. Imagine somebody asking me this: "Hey, teacher Fernanda, How long have you been studying English? I say, well, I have been studying English for over 13 years. I started my undergraduate course in languages in 2007, and since then I never stopped studying. So, for over 13 years, I have been studying English. So, present perfect continuous mostly answers to the question how long when the action is still going on the present time. All right? Now, let's see a little bit about the structures, shall we? I have decided to keep the same example here on the board. I have been studying English for over 13 years, and now we're going to explore the structure a little bit. So, we have three verbs here: have, been, and studying. We already know that the verb have is the auxiliary verb in perfect tenses. Now we have a second auxiliary verb. Is the verb been, verb to be in the present participle. So now we are working with two auxiliary verbs and one main verb. And the main verb is in the present participle. It's the ing form. All right? That's very simple. That's the structure. Two auxiliary verbs, have and been, and studying is our main verb in the ing form. So here I have my sentence in the affirmative. I have been studying English for over 13 years. What if I want to change this sentence into negative? What do I have to do? I take the first auxiliary verb and I attach not to it. So I have not been studying English for over 13 years, or I haven't. Which is the contraction. Now, if I want to make a question from it, I think you remember what I have to do. I just got to invert the order of the first auxiliary verb and the subject. I'm going to change the subject here because asking something for myself, it's a little weird. So instead of I'm going to use she. So my sentence is, has she been studying English for over 13 years? So you can see that have turned into has because it's she. I think you remember that if you have the subject I, you, we, and they, we need to use have. But if you have he, she, it as the subject of your sentence, you must use has. This is the only change you're going to make in the auxiliary verb in the present perfect continuous. All right? Well, there isn't really much to say about it. Once you have studied the present perfect simple, it's very easy to connect with the present perfect continuous, as you said so far in this video. So now we are going to move to our book, and let's see what Murphy tells us about the present perfect continuous. Let's go! We have the Unit 9, present perfect continuous. I have been doing. Section A. It has been raining. Study this example situation. Look at the picture. We have a woman. She's outdoors. And she's not wearing an umbrella, even though the floor is wet. And there's a car passing by, and it's running over some water. And the water is spreading all around the sidewalk. So, is it raining? No, but the ground is wet. It has been raining. Have or has been ing is the present perfect continuous. For I, we, they, you, we say have, or the contracted form I've, we've, they've, you've, etc. Been, doing, waiting, playing, etc. He, she, it has, or his, she's, it's been doing, waiting, playing, etc. We use the present perfect continuous for an activity that has recently stopped or just stopped. There is a connection with now. For example, let's read together. You're out of breath. Have you been running? You're out of breath now. Paul is very tired. He's been working very hard. He's tired now. Why are your clothes so dirty? What have you been doing? So your clothes are dirty now. I've been talking to Amanda about the problem, and she agrees with me. Where have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere. Section B. It has been raining for hours. Study this example situation. Let's look at the picture. Now it's raining. We see a man. He's wearing boots, a raincoat, and an umbrella. And you can see the raindrops falling from the sky. So, it began raining 2 hours ago, and it's still raining. How long has it been raining? It has been raining for 2 hours. We use the present perfect continuous in this way, especially with how long, for, and since. The activity is still happening, as in this example, or has just stopped, as in the previous example. Let's read together the sentences. How long have you been learning English? You're still learning English. Tim is watching TV. He's been watching TV all day. He's still watching TV. Where have you been? I've been looking for you for the last half hour. So I have just stopped looking for you because I found you. Chris hasn't been feeling well recently. He's still not feeling well. You can use the present perfect continuous for actions repeated over a period of time. For example, Sylvia is a very good tennis player. She's been playing since she was 8. Every morning they meet in the same cafe. They've been going there for years. Section C. Compare. I am doing the present continuous as we saw in Unit 1, and I have been doing the present perfect continuous. Look at the drawings. I am doing present continuous in the middle of the action right now. I have been doing present perfect continuous. It started in the past and continues now, or it has recently stopped. Let's read one example in each column together, okay? Don't disturb me now. I'm working is the present continuous. I've been working hard. Now I'm going to have a break. So I started working hard some hours ago, or maybe some days ago, and now I'm going to have a break. So I'm going to get up and stretch myself a little, or I'm going on vacation. We need an umbrella. It's raining. It's raining right now. The ground is wet. It's been raining. It's been raining for some time. It started in the past. Hurry up. We're waiting. We're waiting now. We've been waiting for an hour. Here's the total time we've been waiting so far. We started waiting an hour ago, and in the present moment, probably we'll continue waiting. Or maybe we've just stopped waiting. Okay? So that's it. That's our class about the present perfect continuous. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could learn with us today. And if you have any doubt, remember, just leave your comment below and I'll help you out, okay? Also, if you want any recommendations, any websites where you can study, remember to follow us on Instagram, all right? It's in the end of the video right now, you're going to see it. And leave your doubt, leave your comment. We're here for you, okay? Thank you very much and bye-bye.